Hi everybody, Mike Bates here from the Professional Personal Trainers Academy. Thanks for checking in for this week's episode. Today we're going to talk about the most important part of your business. It shouldn't blow you away, it shouldn't shock you, but the reality is most people don't do a great job of generating business from this part of your clientele. And what we're really talking about here are referrals. By far the most important part of your business because it really touches on a lot of different areas. In order for your clients to refer their friends, family, colleagues to you, you need to wow them with an unbelievable, beyond basics, beyond average experience. They need to get great results. You need to show them that you care, and you need to take care of them. All of those things need to be part of a system. It's not about, unfortunately, it's not about just showing up and smiling and taking care of people. There are systems behind every single one of those points that I told you in terms of the overall experience that people have. I'm just going to give you one example. Most people would agree that the first 4 to 6 weeks are a critical time period for new clients. If we can get them go off to the right start, get them seeing results, get them committed, making the right amount of change, not asking too much of them, because if we ask them to make too much change, that's just going to overwhelm them. But we know how important those first 6 weeks are. So what's your strategy? And a strategy is only a strategy if it's written down. Okay? It's got to be written down somewhere that you can see it, look at it, evaluate it, and it just shows that you've put thought into it. So what's your strategy for new clients in the first 4 to 6 weeks? How often do you want them coming in? What kind of emails do you want to send them? Is there any phone calls that you want to make to them? What kind of information do you want to give out to them? What kind of targets do you have set for them in the first 6 weeks or so? And then, how are you going to follow up to make sure those things actually happen? Okay? So critically important in those first 6 weeks that you're taking care of them. Now, after that, it's still very important to take care of people because we don't want complacencies to set in, laziness to set in. We don't want that regularity of a relationship to set in where it's, okay, I'm seeing this person 3 times a week. We're now at month 6, month 12. And there's no excitement, there's no enthusiasm. You're not challenging your client in the right way. Okay? So you really need to put thought into what you want to happen in those first 6 weeks. I'm going to give you an example of that. At my business, we've created an email, a list of emails that automatically go out to people that tell them kind of what to expect at each point. So for example, at the 48-hour mark, we're going to tell them, here's what you should expect, kind of at your first workout. I'm saying 48 hours because in the first couple of days, they've signed up, they've done their assessment. We're really prepping them for what to expect at their first workout. Should it be painful? Are they going to have any muscle soreness? What they should do ahead of time? Simple little things like that. At the 3 to 4 week mark, what kind of results can they be expecting? So we've got about 6 or 7 different emails that go out in the first 6 weeks. These are emails that we've done up, and some of them are educational in nature, stressing the importance of cardio, their diet, strength training. So we feel that's really, really important. There's also a survey in there. We use a free service called SurveyMonkey. We actually pay a little bit for their premium service. It's about $20 a month. It's one of the best investments we can make. And we send out a survey in the first 4 to 6 weeks, okay? So that's all part of a system. I can go on and on about a system for, for that client experience. We'll save that for another video. Once you're ensuring that people have that great wow experience, the next thing you need to do is set up a system for actually asking for referrals or making excuses for people to have referrals. So an open house, bring a friend week, a referral contest, simply asking someone for a referral. And again, there's a way to go about doing that. If that's not done correctly, you will not be successful. There's a way to go about asking for referrals. Something really simple that we do when someone signs up is we give all new clients a 2-week, and this is just something that works for us, 2 weeks of free personal training. It's one coupon. We make it look nicer than kind of an average little cheap coupon. Full color on a thicker stock of card. And we only give those away to new clients. In the first 6 weeks, we're really following up with that person to make sure that they know it expires, we only give it away to new clients, and that, we basically are asking them, have you thought of anyone that you want to give that to? And again, there's a way to go about doing that. There's a system behind it. Just randomly asking, just randomly taking care of people and expecting their busy lives to open up where they have time to be asking referrals for your business is not going to happen. Okay? And obviously, asking for referrals is not something you can do too much either, because that's going to just turn people off. So it's the most important part of your business. The great thing about referrals is all it requires is your time and effort. There really doesn't have to be any major costs associated with generating referrals, okay? So we're going to talk a lot about referrals in coming episodes, but that's hopefully just something to get you started, get you thinking about really the most important part of your business, that being referrals. Thanks for checking in. Mike Bates from the Professional Personal Trainers Academy.